What if I told you that for the price of absolutely nothing, you could have a personal trainer, nutritionist, and a sports psychologist available 24/7? Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's what I thought as well. But I've just spent the last 2 months putting AI to the test as my strength coach, my nutritionist, and sports psychologist, and the results were pretty shocking. Hey everyone, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a former Olympic campaigner who now works a regular 9 to 5. Like many of you, I no longer have access to the elite support team that I once had. But after quitting my Olympic campaign, I wasn't quite ready to give up on elite performance. I just had to get a little creative with it. So I turned to ChatGPT as my coach. In this video, I'm going to show you the results of me using ChatGPT for 2 months as my personal trainer, and the results from using ChatGPT as my nutritionist for 2 months. And I'm also going to give you the exact prompts that I use to turn ChatGPT into my personal trainer and my nutritionist. To paint the picture, since stopping my Olympic campaign, I'd gotten a little lazy with my nutrition and my diet. I wanted to lose a bit of body fat, but I couldn't really afford a nutritionist to help me with it. So here's what I told ChatGPT. As you can see, I told it basically all of the important information and the information you'd tell any nutritionist in a normal consult. Things like my age, my training history, kind of my diet preferences, my goals, my lifestyle, all of that. Then for the next 9 weeks, I would weigh myself every morning. At the end of each week, I would upload a screenshot of my weights throughout the week to the same thread in ChatGPT. And then it would track my progress throughout the week and compare that to my previous weeks. And then I would also ask it for any new recipes or suggestions, and it would often kind of spontaneously give me advice about how I can tweak or improve my diet to help continue on my goals. My weight was consistently going down throughout the 2 months. And then at the end of the 2 months, I did a body scan to compare my results from before I started the ChatGPT diet. And over that 2 months alone, I lost about 2.5 kilos, and all of that came from body fat. You could see that my muscle mass stayed pretty much the same, but my body fat actually dropped about 2.5 kilos. So those were really, really impressive. And dieting or following this nutrition program actually felt a lot easier than other attempts I've made at trying to lose weight in the past. And since trying that challenge, I moved to Denmark. I had to leave my old gym at home where they were writing my programs for me, and I didn't have to worry about a coach at all. And so I decided to myself, okay, now's another great opportunity to put ChatGPT to the test and see if it can actually write a gym program for me as well. Similar to the nutritionist prompt, I told ChatGPT a lot of the same things which you would tell any personal trainer or strength and conditioning coach when you're just starting out with them. I told them things like my training history, what my lifestyle and training requirements are, like how many times can I train per week, my goals, some of my favorite lifts or exercises that I like, and then it gave me this program. I will admit, this time I wasn't as disciplined with using ChatGPT. I didn't talk to it every week like I did for the nutritionist program, but here are some of my results from the 2 months where I tested it out as a personal trainer. You can see over the 8 weeks that a lot of my lifts, like the pull-up or the squat, were going consistently up. and I felt like I was getting stronger every single week in the gym. One thing I will say though about using ChatGPT as a personal trainer is that I felt like a lot of the workouts that it produces can be kind of generic. So if there's a certain training style or a certain exercise that you really want to include in your program, I'd make sure that you tell it that specifically when you're asking it to make a program for you. Also, I think that if I were sending it my results every week, like I did with the nutritionist challenge, it probably would have adapted my program over time, and maybe those workouts would have been a bit better, or I could have progressed even faster with updated advice from it. Overall, I'm very impressed with how things worked out in these tests, and I'm pretty confident in saying that you can use ChatGPT as your personal trainer or your nutritionist, probably even your sports psychologist in like 90% of cases, and it will work well for you. Where I think it might not work though is if you have specific injuries or very specific requirements around your training, and it might not be able to tailor as well to those as a real life specialist would. One thing that some of you might be worried about is if you're not that confident with using ChatGPT or haven't really used it before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some of the templates or prompt templates that I used in my Substack. So hit the link in my description to head over to my Substack and get those. I hope you guys got something useful out of this video. It's a little different to most of the videos I make, and if it was useful for you, it'd be really useful for me if you could hit the like and subscribe button to let me know. That helps me out massively and I really appreciate it. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.